So, what I'm gonna do today. Oh, I did that. Okay. I hadn't actually put it up against the colors yet, but I think this is gonna look really neat up against that purple. So what we're gonna do today is we're going to use these dowel screws. They're in here. I just got them from the local Home Depot. And what they're gonna do is we're going to put one down the middle, and then it's going to basically twist into here, and that will give us our foot. So I'm going to do the middle of my foot first, just so then I can push it down on here where I want it, and then I can drill out the drill bit for that. Okay, so I need a drill and a bit. So we'll get those out first. Alright. And then anything that heavy duty, the lighter one. Oh, that one's dead. Come on. Oh, that's funny. This one is labeled for my best friend's husband, this battery. That's funny. Okay. So I'm gonna grab my trusty ladder here because I am a short one. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a drill bit that is slightly smaller than this one, than this dowel. So I would say that 7 3/4 is gonna be right on the money. But if we go with 13, yeah, we're gonna go with 13 64. I went ahead and glued all of my bungees, that way they can't pull through. I have a 6-year-old, gotta make sure we're cautious. Okay, so I'm going to drill about that much into my foot. So I should probably tape it off so I know how much I'm drilling in. How to do that is going to be to grab just a piece of tape. I like to use electrical tape. We tend to have a lot of it around house too. Just a little piece, something that can go around the drill bit and essentially make a flag. So again, we're just going to go about half of this dowel like this. I'm gonna go in about there, and like I said, just make a flag kind of like this. That way I'm only drilling that bit. All right, I'm gonna try and just go straight down the middle. Obviously this is, I'm not doing it exact, that's okay, but something around about is fine. Okay, like that. And then we're gonna take our dowel. We're gonna go ahead and get that screwed in. So how we're gonna do that, I watched a video on it. I need some pliers. Video said to use some pliers with teeth. That'll be the best way to help get the dowel in. And you just want to essentially twist it in like anything else. Straight as possible. Kind of like this. Like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it about where we want the foot. That'll be about good. Press down kind of hard so that you know where you need to drill. So now I have my little dot. It's kind of hard to see on the camera. And then we'll drill out just like we did, just to the tape flag. And it should not, if I did this correctly, it will not go through the 2x4. So, woohoo! That worked. Just gonna get my vacuum out. You need to turn off your volume. Now is the time to do that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're essentially just going to do the same exact thing. We're just going to twist our foot down into the hole. Just like that. We've got our first foot on, and it did not go or poke through. Go us. Okay, now we're just gonna do the next three. Let me move my thing here just slightly so that you guys can see all four. I'm just gonna go ahead and work on all of them. But that's essentially the way we're gonna do it. So let's get them all done. Then after that, we're going to paint. I'm gonna do some fun stuff on that. But let's get these feet done first. Okay. I love how the feet turned out. I like that they're not exactly the same color as the rest. It just gives it a little bit more pop, which is fun. So here we go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. This entire project is being made up as I go. So, the best part about doing projects like this a little bit of creativity, freedom, and also, I mean, for me, there's not a lot of I wish I'd done or any of that. It's just kind of what it is. And any mistakes that I have made, I'll learn from them so that the next time I build something, it's even better. So make sure when you are using a drill bit like this, you are drilling in and drilling back out. Where you're not ripping anything, you always drill in, drill out. That's how you do it. Okay, let's get these screwed in. Let's try and make them a little straighter, shall we? There we go. Like that. Once we get, we're gonna paint one side of the lid today, and then I will paint the second side of the lid tomorrow, and then we will attach the lid and be done with this project, finally. I know it's taken me a long time, but if you were here on my last post last week, because I haven't done one since, I struggle with migraines, so I tend to have to spend a lot of time dealing with that. And it can be hard, so I want to make sure that I'm taking care of my health as well as trying to get this kind of stuff done and take care of my family and, you know, do all the things. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Do all the things. But okay, we're almost done with all of our feet. Then we will make some dots and drill them out. Let's make sure this one's all the way down. You can kind of feel it when you hit that bottom bit. Now they're not super center, so we're going to make sure that we're off just a little bit when we are pressing down and doing our thing. We don't want them to be exactly on. If we make them exactly on, they won't sit properly. So I want to make sure we're off the edges just a little bit. Okay, that one is good. Oof. Gotta climb over the table because I don't want to pull this too much, because I found that with all my moving around on the table, the underside kind of stripped its color a little bit. So I want to make sure that I'm being a little more careful. Okay. Okay, here we go. Just gonna drill all three, and then I'll vacuum all three. That way the sound is once. That one went a little farther than it should have. Hopefully it didn't go all the way through. Nope. So one thing about doing it, you just gotta be a little careful with that tape. Okay, let's go ahead and get the vacuum out real fast. let's get these feet in, and then we'll move on to the fun stuff, the painting. Okay, that one's done. Let's see if I can do it 2 at a time. What do you think? I'm sort of ambidextrous, not completely, but let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's get our bits and bobs put away real quick. We'll take this off the table. I'll bring the lid out. We'll get to painting. I think this part's gonna be the fun part. I need to use all kinds of different techniques and stuff. Now, I'm not an amazing artist, but we are gonna give it all our best for my daughter. So, okay, it's time to get rid of some of these tools. I like to try and keep a clean workspace when I can. That way I know where all my parts are. I can find everything when I need them. I'm not sure where I'm putting all the extra bungee stuff. Probably put it here for now with the bungee cords. Look at us go. Not sure if I'll even use those little extra bits, but I need it for another project someday. Right? Isn't that what all the dads say in their garage? Might need it again someday. Okay. Tape measure. More snippers. There's stuff. Some of that. That. Let's get this. Okay. Sorry, I probably should have changed my camera so that you guys could see that I was actually doing something instead of just listening. Okay. Let's get all this stuff. Okay, and I have a couple more bits over here from when I was cutting the feet. I'll have to take the vacuum to this area later. I'm not gonna do that now. Nobody needs to hear my vacuum going. Okay. Why are you not sitting properly in here? Okay, there we go. Now, I've got all my feet on. I love how this turned out, you guys. It's so cool looking. Okay, get my ladder out of the way. And we're gonna carefully bring this down. Open up my door so I can move it directly inside. Though, I should probably turn it over so that you guys can see it. Oh, don't want to slide it. Oh, it's sliding. and heavy. Okay, here it is in all its glory. On its feet. The feet are so cool, they give a little peekaboo. I do eventually still need to cut out some shelves to put on the side. I'm not sure yet what wood I'm going to use for that, only because I'm not sure that I have the wood for it. So, and I have another project coming up for my best friend. So I will be needing some wood for that. So depending on what scraps I've got from that piece, then maybe I'll be able to use it. Not sure yet. Okay, so looks like I've got a small couple of touch-ups on this red from when I was just moving it on both sides. That's okay, no big deal. Those would be easy to do once I get the paint out. So let's get this moved inside. Let's see if I can do it on my own. But it looks amazing, you guys. Look at that rainbow. It looks so cool. Here we go. Ooh. This is definitely a two-person job. Will not fit through the door this way. Oh, I kind of wish you guys could see how horrible this is that I'm moving it through this doorway. Ah! There we go. It barely just fits through the door. Okay. Okay, have to touch up the purple. Just a wee bit. A big deal. Okay, here comes our lid. Whew. Need to clean this off. I am going to bring a blanket out, put down. I don't want to scratch the lid. I am going to have to be able to move it around a little. So I'm going to go grab that and the other bit. Okay. I'm actually going to use a quilt. What I got laying around. It's one that Water's not super fond of. My mom actually made this quilt. She's got one and I've got one. It's very gorgeous if you ask me. But it's got some holes. We've had dogs, you know, and dogs like to eat things. So definitely kind of on the side where I can definitely decide to paint on it. Okay, so this bit is going to be facing down in the back of the bench. It's going to face just like that. And this side, let's see here, which side? And okay, this side is going to be the outside of the bin, so the top of the lid. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do the inverse today because we're doing the inside of the lid. And what it's going to be is when it opens, so it pops open, you know, like this. When it does that, the inside will have, I'm gonna do it this way because it's gonna be upside down. But when you pop it open, you're gonna see a big giant rainbow. So it's going to be faced essentially like this. That's the back. So when you open it like this, there's gonna be a big giant rainbow right here with some stormy clouds. So like I said, I'm not an artist, but we are gonna try and we're gonna see what we can do. I did not bring my drinks out. Hold on one second. Need my water. Where's my water? Here it is. Gotta have my water bottle around. I do have migraines, like I said. So I wanna make sure I got them. Okay, so next, my paint from all the colors that I used. I'm just gonna pull all my paints out though, because I don't think I have enough of all of the colors that I used for the outside of the rainbow. So we might have to get a little creative. I also want to see what colors I have to be able to make the stormy. So we're gonna pull most, if not all of my colors out so that we can take a look at them. I want to see what I've got. Obviously we need that. I need to really reorganize all of these. They were super organized, then we changed up how we were kind of doing some things, and now they are no longer organized. Let's move my water, my monster. Okay. Whoops. We're just gonna pull that whole thing out. It'll be a lot easier to look at. Here we go. Got loads of colors in here. Of course, my child loves glitter, so I'm gonna try and incorporate some of her glitter paints as well. I got loads of colors here. We're gonna take a look, see what's gonna make the most sense. Okay. I can't see. Okay, here we go. That's all of the big colors that I've got. I'm thinking we're gonna need, where's your other glitter? Where'd the glitter go? Just had it a minute ago. There it is. Okay, glitter. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Looks like a concoction of some sort. Don't know if we're gonna need some lime or some brights, but I do have some just in case. That's really it. Got another kind of sparkly one there. So, okay. Next thing we're gonna do is get some of the paintbrushes out. She's got tons and tons of paintbrushes in here. Just gonna pull some of them. see what we've got to be able to make some of the funner bits and pieces. Okay. So the rainbow is going to be upside down because as it opens, I want it to be correct. And this is going to be the back side. So we need to start the rainbow here, like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tape measure. We're going to quickly find our center at the bottom. We are 27 and essentially a half. So, hey Alexa, what is 27 and a half divided by 2?
27.5 divided by 2 is 13.75.
That is definitely not center. 13.75 would be here. Not the answer I needed. Let's get my math out because I was not correct. Okay, calculator. 27 and a half divided by 2 is 23. So either she said it correctly and I did not hear it correctly, or she said it incorrectly and I heard it incorrectly. Either way. So 23 and 3/4 is going to be, let's bring this down just a little. Stop that. Right here. Now loosely do that. Okay, that looks better. More centered. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is I need to find a piece of string. Where, oh where in this mess of messes do I find string? I should have yarn somewhere in here. Nothing is labeled yet because I have not labeled anything. Okay, so I have twine. Twine will work. This will work. Okay, if I can find the start. Where's the start? Where are you? There you are. Okay, so what we're gonna do on this is I'm going to get how big my board is, and then I'm gonna cut it. I wanna cut it right there. The reason I'm gonna do that is because I'm going to draw on it. We should make it slightly longer. No. Yes. Okay. Slightly longer. How many colors in a rainbow again? 7? Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start here in our center spot, and it's gonna stay there. And then I'm gonna attach a pencil, and we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go like this, like that. And then we're gonna move our pencil down a little, and then we're gonna do the same thing 7 times. So, where's my pencil? There you are. Okay. And I think I might just tape my pencil or I'll short it up. Maybe just tie it loosely, sort of loosely, kind of like that. Okay, that's on my middle point. This is almost to the top, so I need to loosen you up just a little. Okay, again, middle bit. That will work. Okay, so oh, fudge. Hold on one sec. Okay, well, that pencil mark is not coming out for some reason. Oh well, okay. Okay, let's try this again. But we need to be way sturdier than we are with my pencil here. Okay, it's gotta be way more straight. Like that. Maybe I'll just do it from down here. Like that, okay. So then we're gonna go down a little bit. They don't have to be even. We're not making this perfect, right? As long as we've got 7, that's all we care about. So let's see how far that did. It looks pretty good. Okay. 1. There. That's our first rainbow. Look at us go. Let's go ahead and do that a little bit more. That one worked way better. 2. Three. Okay. 4. 5. 6. Last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. gonna be way too wide. Still way too wide. Let's see if that one works better. There we go. 7. Okay, there we go. There's our rainbow. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this. So these are the original colors. So we have those and this. And then we have, what are my colors? Red, rainbow colors, rainbow colors, I can't spell, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Those are the original colors. Now, the ones that I'm concerned about the most is green. Green is the one that I'm worried about the most. I might not have enough of it to do what we are doing. That'll be okay. If I have to, I'll go get more, or I could use something else. But either way, let's get our colors going. We're gonna do, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do every other one to start, and then we'll work our way from there. So we've got red, yellow, blue, violet, right? So red, yellow, oh no, yellow, because orange goes here. Yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's get them back in order so I don't mess it up. I might not have enough of the indigo as well, so I guess we'll find out. There we go. Okay, start with red and work our way from there. Because the other thing I want to do is on the front, I kind of want to just use all of these colors in like a splatter kind of way on the black, just because I think it would be fun and pretty. The rainbow is more for a peekaboo moment when we open up the lid. And like I said, we're doing paints because of the fact that I'm not going to have a bench lid or topper. Made right away, like a cushion. So, because I will be making one. And I just kind of want the rainbow to be fun, something different, something that's just kind of a, oh yeah, I forgot that that was there, you know, that kind of thing. So, and I don't want it to be perfect. So, because nothing in life is perfect. I just want it to be something that I made for my daughter, and hope that one day that we either repaint it to be something more as she grows up, or we do something different with it, or we give it to someone else, or she keeps it for her own children. So just something fun, you know? Not perfect, not anything crazy. It's also going to be on a stormy, cloudy day that this rainbow is poking through because, again, life isn't perfect. Life has clouds and storms, and everybody goes through something. So, kind of a metaphor. Okay. Hope everybody had a great weekend and Monday. I spent it with my daughter. We went to the K-pop Demons movie, sing along in theaters. That was fun. Something different, you know, get out of the house. It was raining. She swears she's gonna melt whenever it rains. And I tried to remind her she won't. But at 6, we think we know everything. I was no different at her age. I'm sure my husband wasn't either. Okay. There we go. Give it a little more texture up in here. A little fun with it, you know. There we go. A little more paint in here. This is going to be so cool. There we go. What do we think of the first one? Pretty good? Looks so cool. Okay. I'm gonna go rinse this off real quick. Okay. Woo! I just broke that. It's like a circle. It looks neat. Good, 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 good. Okay. Oh, what did I do there? Oh well, fix that later. Okay. Orange. Make sure what? Okay. 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 So much yellow. So we're gonna try and blend it in a little bit with the red. I don't want them to have super crisp ins and outs. Rainbows don't have crisp lines. They're not supposed to. So we're gonna, orange is definitely gonna take a couple coats, it looks like. Because it's kind of yellow, even on here. That's okay. The yellow is actual yellow, so we'll see the differences. Kind of blend that in there a little. Okay, there we go. I was gonna do every other color, and then because I forgot, I did not. So that's okay. We'll just go with it. Oh well. Me and my ADHD self. I can be very chaotic sometimes. Let's get that on here. Okay. There we go. Go. Don't want to have harsh lines in here. There we go. orange. I don't know how I want to do the rinsing. So we're gonna see what we do. Okay. Yellow is next. And it's showing up very yellow and orange on the camera. Here, check this out. See, the red actually looks orange and the orange looks yellow. Let's see what the yellow looks like. Probably something neon would be my guess. Okay. Okay. Start here at the top. Again, it seemed to work really well last time. We're gonna try and get our circle started first, and then we'll do some blending in with the orange. Oh no. Let's get that off of there. Okay. How little paint this is using. We should have plenty of the green for this rainbow. I think if I was doing it really like perfectly and really kind of thick, so you don't see any of the other colors, you don't see any of the black. I think if I was doing it that way, the green would be a little bit more of a struggle. But because we're doing it a little bit more blended, a little bit more not perfect. My child has an issue with perfectionism, so do I though, so can't blame her. Which is why I am specifically doing this not perfect. Because if we can try to force ourselves not to, then we're more likely to teach our children that it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not do something perfectly. It's okay not to, or to make mistakes. It's okay to do the things and to fail. Like right now, like I feel like I'm failing at this YouTube thing, but you know, I'm gonna keep trying. We're gonna see what happens. And we'll keep going. I wanna start my business. I wanna get my business going. I wanna do all these things. So the only way to do that is to try. Gotta take that leap sometimes, even when it's scary. There we go. Got some of that blending in there. What color is this yellow showing up as? Just more yellow. That's funny. I promise it's not yellow. Well, I promise this one's yellow. I promise the other colors are not what they are showing on the screen. It's definitely red. And it's definitely orange. It's not quite the right orange, but that's okay because it's still pretty. And again, perfection. is not a thing. Nobody can be perfect. Not a single soul. Here we go. There we go. I'm liking how this is turning out, you guys. It's looking cool. Oops. It looks like orange juice. Which is funny, because orange juice, while yes, it's orange, it doesn't feel orange. It feels more yellow. Okay. Okay. Shall we go for the green? Like I said, don't got a lot. Don't need a lot though, looks like. So let's do what we need. On the other side, it's gonna be really, really cool. It's gonna be very blotchy and just kind of sprinkled on. I'm super stoked for that. Oh, helps if I put this in the right place. Okay, here comes the green. It's almost like a lucky charm in a way, like a 4-leaf clover. That's the color. This is Shamrock. I don't know if that's the name of this color, but it's very close. Let's see here. Do I have it on this? Probably on the lid. It's called Paradise of Green. It's very pretty. Very bright. I love getting to be able to be creative like this. It's not something that I get to do on a daily basis, so definitely want to do more of it. It's what I enjoy. I enjoy getting to do things like this. And it's nice that my daughter is just like, okay, cool. She's usually very, very, very picky though. I will say that. Very picky. She usually, especially with clothes, do not try and buy that girl clothes because she will not like a single one of them that you bring back. Though my best friend, her auntie, typically gets away with buying clothes for her because she just goes, well, it's from me. And Water goes, oh, that's cool. I'll wear that. Even if it's an outfit that I would have totally picked. And been like, you would look cute in this. I think you should wear it. Mom doesn't know anything. That's okay. And her youngest, our niece, she is the queen of getting my child to do anything I need her to do. It's very much, well, Sissy's gonna do this, so therefore, Water should do this, right? Not how it works with littles. Won't work much longer though. I'm liking how this green is. It's very pretty. very pretty, you guys. It's turning out so cool. So neat. Okay. At least that short of green, right? Okay, blue. We'll see if I can convince water to help me with the other side or not. She might not go for it. But I think it'll be fun because it's just gonna be splattering. So if you didn't see my video of when I painted the side bits, I mixed this blue and the purple that I bought, so the blue and purple that I went and got. I mixed the two and I made the indigo that way. I know that's not necessarily what you're supposed to do. I know you're like blue and purple obviously make the indigo or whatever. However, I wanted something that would be a perfect blend of them. And yes, I did say perfect, I know. But I got it specifically, I got these blues and purples so that I could do that blend. Once I am done getting all the colors on the board, I'll probably go back through with a little bit of water on each color to give it a little bit more blend and get rid of any of the harshness of any of the paint strokes. This blue is so pretty. It's called, this one's on here, just a satin sample. Oh, Beacon Blue. And it definitely is a very gorgeous color. Okay. That is still mixed, which is nice. I'll have to water it down a little bit for when I go to do the splatters on the front. That's okay. What I probably should have done was have the store mix the two colors for me. Then I would have had this in a giant version instead of this little one that I created. But again, that's okay. Lesson learned. I'll ask next time. Here we go. So glad I went from the outside in. So it would have definitely been harder to paint with me having to lean over it. The light is shining just on the bit. Let's see here. Oh my God, I'm slow. It just occurred to me that you're painting the reading rainbow. I mean, yeah, you could definitely read it that way. It's not necessarily what I meant, but yeah. I mean, she is going to use it for reading. So there we go. It's looking great. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's pinching. Okay, last color. It's also the lightest color, which I did not realize until just now. But I think what we'll do is we'll paint this in and then maybe paint some of the sparkles into it that my child will love. So. Okay. I might do a little more coat on the red and the to orange just because they're a little more see-through than I wanted. But we will see. There we go. Okay. Okay. This is almost done. I'm gonna let the purple dry just a little bit before I try to add some of the glitter to it. Like I said, I might go back through a little bit on the red and orange just because I think that black underneath is making it look different colored a little bit. So purple is done. Okay, a little bit more red on here, just to kind of give it a little more shape, definition, whatever you want to call it. It's also the one that it did not start with any water on my brush. So just give it a little more here. don't feel like I blended the red and the orange very well either. So this red is kind of on the thick side too, I'm noticing. Probably needs a splash of water. Let's do that actually. Just a splash. There we go. There we go. That's better. There we go. So the next thing we're gonna add are some stormy clouds to this. Give it a little bit of depth. And I think I might add some stormy grass to it as well. So I think that would be cool. And like I said earlier, this is more about showing that being perfect doesn't need to be, and rainbows can be very magical, and she's in a magical place right now in life, and I want her to keep some of her magic. And just stay just a little longer. There, that's pretty. I like that. Okay, red is fixed. And I'm just gonna give the orange kind of the same, maybe the yellow. I'm not gonna do them all, but definitely gonna give the orange a little bit of love too. Maybe the yellow, definitely not the blue or the purple or the indigo or the green. Those are all pretty good. Okay, orange. I think the orange might need the same treatment. Just a tad of water. I gave it a little more than I did the red, but it's okay. It's a little thicker. Okay. Again, looks very, very yellow. I promise it's not. It is a very pretty orange. It's kind of like a sunset orange, I would call it. It's got more red than yellow. Oh, we're just still drying underneath, so it's a little bit hard with the colors. I need to call my auntie today, see how she's doing. Oops. There we go. Very pretty. Okay, awesome. We're just done. Like I said, we'll probably give the yellow a shot as well. Just kind of blend it a little bit more. Thought I brought so many cups with me. Okay. Here we go. Okay, let's try that. There we go. So much better. So much better. A little more coverage, just a little more overall cute. Oops. Here we go. Just a little more coverage. Oops. trusty shirt out. And cut it a little bit. Make some and then just make the little ones because I want to be able to do a couple of different colors. Okay. Okay. I need to give myself a little more space than I have currently. It's 1, 2. Don't know how many I want, so I'm just gonna cut a bunch. It's 3. Hold please, I'm gonna need Okay, sorry about that. Got a phone call from my child's doctor office, so I had to deal with that for a second. Okay, so I have a bunch of strips here. And what we're gonna do is I want to do some moody clouds or whatever here towards the top. I'm gonna switch this over so that you guys can actually see what I'm pointing at. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Okay, so we're gonna do some stormy clouds up here. That's gonna be maybe a couple of different kinds of black, maybe a couple of different blues. I do have a dark blue here, some lighter ones, maybe a teal. The black actually is the same black as I already used. I really love this color, Limousine Leather. Definitely my favorite black. And then we're gonna give it some moody grass. Maybe give it some flowers or something. But we're gonna start with clouds, because then I don't have to move my board or anything. This isn't going to see the bottom side. This is here for when we do the top. I want to connect the two so that way I can color on all of it. We're gonna give it some, I think what I'm gonna do actually, because we're done with these colors, is I'm just gonna pick up these colors real quick. That way we don't have them just sitting open. I accidentally left them open for a day and into the night. Oop, that was not what I wanted to throw away. By accident, and had to throw away some of the paint because it got stuck, you know? How funny is that? Okay. So those ones, I'm probably not going to end up using any light blues, so I'm going to stack these to get them out of the way. That one's almond latte. I probably should put that color on the outside. Okay. Don't know about that one. Probably again not that one. No more of these ones. Don't need them. Definitely not going to need white. I might keep the green out for when we do the green. Definitely going to keep the blue out for when we do some of the blue. Put the lids back on these just so that I don't actually throw them off the end of the table, you know. Might keep the indigo and the purple out as well, but I don't need the sticks for them. Okay. Let's move these over here. Whatever. I don't really care if I get paint on these. Okay, so we're gonna mix this one. This is my darkest blue that I have. A very gorgeous blue. I love it. I used it on many projects, including a kitchen when we used to live in Tennessee. So, okay, very pretty color. This one is called Tidal, one of my favorites. Anyways, okay, so I should probably have gloves on, so I should grab those before I get too far. The lids off of these, or yeah, gloves. Well, and now I've already started, so there we go. Perfect. Gotta love it. Okay, whatever. I don't care that I have paint on my hands. It's not a big concern of mine. But if I'm using multiple colors, I probably should. Just bring the box over. Okay. Here we go. This one. I'm gonna give it some clouds. Excited for this. Okay. Like I said, I didn't make them very big because they don't need to be very big. They're literally just gonna have like my fingers in there like that. And we're just gonna dab the paint. Like this. Okay. Yeah. Let's get that moved out of the way. I don't accidentally paint it. Okay. There's that one. Okay. Next. Again, we're just gonna be daubing. Literally all we're doing. So, I'm gonna get some of this in there. Blend, 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 blend. Okay. Give it another color. We're gonna do a little bit of, I think we're gonna skip purple on this one think I want to do the purple, maybe for some of the flowers or something. But I think this needs to be more blues. This is going to give us some of that purple color that we're going to be missing. Oops, if I get this to dot properly. Blend, blend. There's nowhere to set this one. We'll just set it right here. Okay. Not sure how it's looking. It's looking kind of berry blue. It's not quite what I want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in some of the black. I haven't opened this black in a while. I've been using the big can that I bought. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna drizzle some of this in there. And then we're gonna dab it again. Okay. Like so. Dab, 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 dab. Probably getting a million steps right now since using my hand with my watch on. Or maybe it thinks I'm doing jumping jacks. It's very possible. Okay. I just had a really cool idea about the other side. I'm gonna try to do. Very moody on the side. I think it looks kind of cool. Okay, I need my step ladder because I'm short. I'm gonna see if there's anything specific I need to change. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, the opposite side, have the sun shining. Okay, these are done. Go ahead and change these gloves, pick this up. That looks really cool. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so fun. It looks very blue on the camera. It is not. Should we do the grass first, maybe? I think I want to do the grass last. Okay, blues are done. So we need the orange, the red, the yellow, maybe this one, and if I remember correctly, this gold. Nope, that one's white. So where's the gold? Do I maybe not have gold anymore? It's very possible. Blue, don't need blue, green. This one's gold. Okay. Don't need any blues left. I'm gonna keep all these out. That one. I might keep this one out. The lighter one. Okay. Let's get this put away. I'm gonna need it for the other side. Okay. All right, so on this one, I'm gonna start with the brighter colors. So I'm gonna do the red first, and then we're gonna add in some of the yellow and the orange. I'm gonna add a little water to this red since we were having, there's a little more than I had wanted. Since we were having so much problems with it earlier, water it down just a little bit. Probably way too much still. Okay. So I kind of liked the idea of how the black went on. So I might just do that over here where kind of just, why isn't it going like it was just a second ago? There it goes. Ooh. And then from here, we can blend it. There. Okay, red. We're gonna do the orange next. Okay. Yellow. I've been enjoying this. This is kind of fun. Don't want to get it on the actual rainbow too much though, so I've got to be a little careful there. A long string of dried paint. Okay. And we're gonna add a little light yellow to it. Then we'll blend it a little bit. Actually, I don't know if we're going to do that. I really need to clean this one up. Okay. Let's see what I get out of this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna dab it like I've been doing. We'll see what we get. Oh, I need some water. Some water. Well, we got one, because this one is very orange and yellows. We're gonna get some sunset clouds over here. I'm not sure I like that. So let's see what we can do to fix it, right? Let's see if we don't like it, we just paint over it, right? Let's see what that does. We add in a little bit of light to it. Kind of makes it pink. I don't like this. Okay, let's see. How can we fix this? Shall we? First, we're going to wipe what we can off. It's almost a salmon color, which is not what we're going for. We're going for rainbow, right? That's what we're going for. A rainbow color. We're gonna retry this. What we're gonna do is I think we're gonna make it look more sunshiny. There. Okay. So we're going to get our trusty paintbrush back out. Fix. Over a mistake. There, like that. And now I'm gonna fix this one. Okay. Okay. Blend some of this in there. Blend some of this in. There. Okay. Okay. to use this later. Because that gold's not doing what I want. Okay. There. Get off. Done messing with it. Okay, so now we're gonna do the green. See if I can do grass. Come on. Maybe yours are stuck. It's the one thing I hate about gloves. You have to change them. You know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna put them on for this because I'm not gonna do it the same way. That's what I might sit down for. It's gonna take the longest. And I'm the closest to it. Ouch. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, again, I'm not a professional painter, but I'm going to give myself some tall, dark grass. Kind of like that. Sorry. Like so. Like that. And then we're just gonna give it some texture. Guess I'm not gonna be sitting down. Okay. So then what we're gonna do, make that side a little taller. Should probably bring this one up a little bit too, like that. Okay. Oh. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one. We're gonna kind of do the same thing, only this one, because it's so much brighter, we're gonna do smaller strips. We're not gonna put as much on our paintbrush. Just gonna try and blend it in a little bit here. Just trying to give the grass a little bit of shade, brightness, like that. Do this side next. Like that. Just almost done. And then thinking I might give it some flowers. But we'll see. Okay. I like how the grass turned out. It looks very cute. Okay. Flowers. Lid. My lid. Okay. How about we do some various shades of pink and a light purple, maybe? I've got a peach. Okay, so I've got peach, I've got purple. Well, we pick one of the pinks. Do we want something called Rosebud or All Dressed Up? All Dressed Up is a brighter pink. It's supposed to be when it's mixed. Okay. Peach. I think this lighter purple will look really pretty too. Okay. Oh. A lot of these paints don't get used very often, it looks like. Okay. But what we're going to do with the flowers is we're just going to use a tiny paintbrush. We're just going to do some of them. Then I will give them personality. Need two more. And all three. Okay. So what we're gonna do, I need, this kind of paintbrush with some water to get started. Nice and pointy. I'm gonna start with pink. And I think we'll start right here in the middle. Oops, probably should not try to put my fingers on the green. Okay. I'm gonna go over here and do one. Shoot. I have to go. I guess I'll finish this later.